now we're gonna get into the dicey territory. We have something here to address.
Okay.
Just 1 second.
Pieces. This is so bad. Okay, bad take number 5. My Hero Academia is a nice looking anime slash manga that is completely average in every other way. It takes all the best moments from other shonen, and those moments are done better in those original shonen. Have fun with that one, chat.
So I had come across this, and
Awesome.
I had tuned into that stream, just out of curiosity. I was like, hey, what's going on? There's a chess stream, and Mr. Eyepatch Wolf here was giving some bad takes whenever he messed up a move. And now I have to say, the chickens have come home to roost, John Walsh.
For the record, I agree with Super Eyepatch Wolf. So, yeah, so I agree. We're playing 3D chess, and you're like, we're here to corner you. I'm like, nah, just you. I agree.
No, I'm aware. It's just me. I think a lot of people are normally down on My Hero Academia in general.
Not normally. This is a new development.
Is
I'm sure.
Okay.
I'm not sure how long you felt like this.
I mean, I felt it since the past year and a half. I think since season 4 of My Hero Academia.
I think that's accurate. I was of this opinion a bit before the curve, which was not a good place to be in. So I mean, I also don't think I don't want to celebrate it, but I mean, yeah, it's kind of newish, but I'll let.
So you can go back to I think my 4th video, and I think it was a spring anime video, and I just talk about all the new anime out that season, and I talk about the first the first episode of My Hero Academia, and I'm like, I don't like this show. I don't think it's very good.
The reason I bring it up is because I just actually find it interesting, maybe because I've also watched a lot of shonen, but I haven't been hyper aware of of certain moments, and I know you've kind of done a lot of analysis on it, and I know it's obviously your opinion, but in the quote, in what you said it doesn't it takes all of the best moments from other shonens, and it's done it better in those original shonens. And I've also heard that criticism of the highs in My Hero Academia don't ever reach the same levels of other highs in other shows, which I think are just really the most hype moments. And I'm just curious to know, specifically, what are those moments to you in other shonen?
Okay, I think my favorite kind of quality, my favorite moments from what I've seen of My Hero Academia, and I think I've seen 1.5 seasons. I like All Might. I think All Might's really cool. I think the idea of having this character that is infinitely more powerful than the main character, and giving that main character a ceiling to work towards, or even something that they might never surpass, is really good. And I think All Might is a fun take on that. But have you seen Hajime no Ippo and Takamura? Sorry, let me silence that phone. God damn it. Because Takamura, to me, that character is that same kind of impossible, huge mentor character. But there's moments with Takamura that legit made me cry. There was moments where I just was rooting for him so hard and just wanted more than anything for him to win his match, because he had become my hero. Academia. I liked him so much, and with All Might, I was always just kind of yeah, All Might's cool. He's fine. Another moment, there's a scene where in My Hero, a bad guy comes up to Midoriya or Deku, and he's he comes up to him in a supermarket, and it kind of turns into a kind of hostagey situation, and it's grand. It's kind of threatening. It's interesting, but there's a scene like that in Yu Yu Hakusho where Toguro comes up to Yusuke, and what's so scary about that scene, it's the first time someone from the demon world goes to Yusuke in his regular life and interrupts his date with his girlfriend, and it feels so intrusive and weird and frightening. And he takes Yusuke to an empty parking lot, and he goes, "Oh, listen, you're going to enter this tournament, or I'm going to kill everyone you know." And it's just, I remember seeing that for the first time, and it just being chilling. Hero Academia has never made me feel like that. But like, I know people like a common kind of response to like comparative criticism like that is like, well, you should just appreciate Hero Academia for the things it's trying to do. But legitimately for me, there's no point in Hero Academia where anything it's trying to do on its own terms match the emotion I had felt from these other very similar stories. And I do think that's like a valid complaint, because to me, when we talk about anime, when we talk about like one show versus another, we have a finite amount of time, right? We do not have infinite time to watch everything. And so I want to know that what I'm watching at the moment is giving me at least as much of a high as what I consider the best of that. And, that was the kind of thing that led me just kind of drop Hero Academia and be like, you know what? I think there's other stuff out there I could find. Again, if someone's going to completely disagree with that, that's cool.
Do you feel part of the problem with My Hero Academia is Deku? Do you feel like if people don't connect with him from the beginning or feel anything towards him and his story or whatever, that it makes the rest of the show a little harder to be invested in because it is so centered on him?
I mean, like, it's hard for me to call that a problem because I also know people love Deku. Like, I think there's a lot of people who really get something out of that character and maybe even like see themselves in that character. For me, like, I'm like, why are we concentrating on the least interesting person in this universe?
Yeah.
But I feel like you could say that about so many shows where it's like, if you don't connect to this main character, it will be kind of lost on you,
Definitely.
And, I think I had just finished Hunter x Hunter when I started watching Hero Academia, and like seeing Gon and all the things they do with Gon was like, oh my God. And then with Deku, I just felt, and maybe they get there with Deku, but I get the feeling he's kind of on a track and it's not going to change. And like, if I'm wrong, that's really interesting.
It's a very slow and steady progression. No spoilers.
Yeah, I kind of figured. But yeah, that's sort of where I'm at with Hero Academia. It's like, I don't think it's a bad show. It's just, I know that the things it's doing well are not appealing to me. And like the way I've heard some people talk about it is like, it's like a toy box and you get invested in, your one character and they're fun to think about and like you like to root for them and stuff like that. It's just not something that ever kind of hit home with me.
Gotcha. And now let's go back to humanizing Eyepatch Wolf. And for the last section of the podcast,
he was really human in this last question. I don't know what you're talking about.
I know.
We're more of like, it's my MC and energy.
You just sounded like a villain to me. No, I'm just kidding.